A huge issue this fall will be taxes, who pays how much, and whether the well-off should pay more. Tonight, Chief National Correspondent Jim Angle looks at some new information that warns of unintended consequences.
The independent research organization Ernst and Young released a report today saying an increase in taxes on families making more than $250,000 a year would cost hundreds of thousands of jobs.
What they found was that if those rates are allowed to go up, you're going to see 710,000 fewer jobs. The people who keep their jobs are going to have lower wages. You're going to have less investment, and the economy is going to be smaller.
That's because President Obama wants to increase not just income taxes, but also tax rates on capital gains and dividends, among others, and allow fewer deductions. As it turns out, the most successful small businesses, accounting for 54% of all private sector jobs, paid the individual tax rate. And all those increases at once would raise the cost of investment and job creation in the U.S.
It would increase the cost of investment in the United States by about 15%, which means that people are going to have an incentive to not invest in the United States but invest someplace else.
It makes investing in job creation more expensive, so the economy will be, one can expect to be smaller than it would be otherwise.
Just yesterday, Mr. Obama criticized Mr. Romney for supporting a so-called territorial tax, which prevents double taxation on foreign earnings, a policy also supported by some Obama advisors. The president pointed to a study written by one of his supporters that said such a policy would create 800,000 jobs overseas. Ernst and Young, a nonpartisan group, found the president's tax proposals create the same incentive.
The cost of investing goes up in the U.S. relative to other countries, and as a result of that, one could expect there to be less investment, less capital inflow from abroad, less investment in the U.S.
Ernst and Young also found that wages would fall as workers become less productive.
Lower wages because that means that businesses can buy less equipment, less tools to make their workers more productive. Less productivity means lower wages.
President Obama has insisted that an increase in the top rates would have little impact on the economy, arguing most small businesses would not be affected.
The proposal I make today would extend these tax cuts for 97% of all small business owners in America. In other words, 97% of small businesses fall under the $250,000 threshold.
But that other 3% are the most successful and the very ones responsible for more than half the nation's private sector employment and $723 billion a year in earnings. Brett?
Jim, thank you.